Do you want to learn how to draw this adorable cartoon pug? Then you are going to need some white paper or something to draw on. You are going to need a pencil, a pen, or something to draw with. You are going to need something to erase any mistakes that you may make. And you are going to need a marker or a pen to outline your doodle when you are done drawing. And don't forget the markers, the crayons, the colored pencils, or the paint so you can add color to your awesome little doodle. Let's get started. Started drawing our pug. So we are going to make our paper vertical. Vertical means that our paper is skinnier this way, but taller this way. That way we can fit our pug on our paper and we have an adequate amount of room. And whether you decide to do a drawing horizontally or vertically, you always want to think about what you're drawing, and that's going to help you decide which way this paper is going to go. So we are going to start with our pug, and we are going to give him a curved line up here for the top of his head. And if you have a pug that maybe has a wrinkly head, go ahead and add in a couple wrinkles to the top. Help make it your own and make it look like your pug. I am just going to draw a generic little pug and make him as cute as I possibly can. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and do his ears. So I'm going to create a curved line that's going to come around and back in. And pugs don't have the biggest of ears, so he does not need to have these giant, long, floppy ears like maybe a beagle would or some sort of a hound. Then I'm going to continue this line inward. So this is not going to be where his face is. We're going to curve in. His face will continue out here as I get down to the bottom. Then I can just kind of curl these lines together, maybe a little up and down here. Now we've got his cute little short pug ears, and I can come down towards the outside of those ears with a curved line to help continue his chunky little face. So now I've got the rest of his head. So his ears are kind of just there on top of his head. And I turn my paper sideways to always do my curved lines. It's just easier for me. But now I'm going to make a curved line to connect from one end to the other. So now we've got the head for our pug. So pretty easy, pretty simple. I'm going to come down, I'm going to continue with his body, and I'm going to create his collar. So I want to come down on both sides with some straight lines, and they're not too far away from his head. I just want it far enough out that I can create a collar. And there we go. So maybe your pug has a certain type of collar, but go ahead, you can add a little line here and add whatever kind of charm you would like at the end. Maybe he's got the little dog bone charm. Let's go ahead and add that in. I know my girl, my little beagle back in the day, always had a little dog bone charm with her name on it. Now my dogs have collars with their names on it. But go ahead and add whatever type of little neck charm your dog has. All right, so there we go. So the line is going through part of the collar and into part of that bone shape. So now we've got a good majority of his head drawn. And his head's pretty big. His head takes up about half the space that his body is going to take up down here. So the only pugs that I really interact with are kind of wrinkly and chunky a little bit. Not chunky, they just look chunky. They look rolly. So I'm going to add a couple little side rolls here coming down. And then I'm going to come at a curve on both sides. And that's maybe half of the space that I have left down here. So now I'm going to come to the front and I am going to create some V's that are not closed. So open-ended V's here. And I'm going to create a curved line at the bottom. And these are just going to be his front paws. And you can go ahead and add a couple little lines in those paws. And then I'm going to add a curved line here in the middle, and that's just where his tush is resting on the ground. Now I can add in his outside leg. So I'm going to come in with a nice curved line that's going to curl back into the body. There we go. So we've got his back legs here. And then I'm just going to come out with kind of an oval shape that's going to meet up to where this curve is. So if my hand wasn't there, that line would kind of continue. I'm going to do the same thing over here. See how it continues. And then in the toes, I can add a couple little dashes. So now my pug here has his little toes. And then I'm going to add in just a small little triangle shape over here to the side for his tail. You can have it on the ground, you know, whatever helps resemble your pug if you have a pug, or maybe a pug that you might know. I'm going to go ahead and add in my line here and ground my picture. So this would probably be a horizon line for me. It'd probably be outside. Could be inside. Now we're going to add in his face to try to help him look a little more like a pug. So I'm going to start with a very rounded, kind of flat nose. So a normal dog, I probably would make it a little bigger, make it maybe slightly more triangular. But for the pug, I'm going to make it a little smaller and a little shorter. So we want him to have that kind of squished face effect. And now I'm going to come from the middle-ish area out and up. And I'm not going to go up into the nose. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to curl out and come up. And then from the middle of the nose down to that area, we're just going to draw a nice straight line. So now we've got kind of that chunky little squished face, that little mouth area. We'll add a curved line there for his mouth. And now our little pug needs some eyes. Now they have those big round bug eyes, and I usually draw my eyes oval. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to draw him with some more rounded eyes today. We're going to make them nice and big. Make them nice and big. And we're going to add that same 2-dot shine mark, except I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Now we've got our little pug's face. I'm going to add a little wrinkle up above his nose, just a little line. And maybe a little line around the outside of his eyes, just kind of like an eyebrow shape. So now I have my little pug. Look at how cute he is. His little squished face and his little dog bone neck collar charm. And I am going to grab some of these crayons here, and I am going to make my pug as cute as can be. So go ahead and grab whatever you like to add your color with, and let's get coloring. Look at how cute our little pug turned out. I love how squishy his little face looks. And I made him just classic pug colors. I hope that you had fun drawing with me today. If you did, please like and subscribe to the videos, share, and don't forget we have a contest going on for the rest of today. And we will be drawing a lucky winner tomorrow for some free art supplies. So please like, follow, subscribe, share, everything you need to do, and come on back later for some more awesome doodles with me. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.